Welcome to the deep dive. Today, we're digging into something pretty fundamental: intuition.
Right. Specifically how it fits into making decisions.
Exactly. We've got this really interesting piece from Mark at Knowledge is King, and it kind of flips the script on how we usually think about intuition versus logic.
Yeah, that common idea that they're, totally separate. Or even enemies.
That's the one.
Oh.
So our mission today is to explore why Mark argues that listening to that initial gut feeling isn't irrational, but actually a crucial first step.
It's a fascinating take because, well, society often tells us to prioritize pure logic, doesn't it?
It does. We're often taught to suppress those feelings, aim for pure rationality. But Mark suggests intuition isn't just some random feeling.
He sees it more as, what, unconscious processing?
Precisely. It's like your brain super quickly sifting through everything you've stored, experiences, knowledge, emotions, the works, all happening beneath the conscious level.
Okay, so it's drawing on this huge database we all have, but without us actively thinking, let me access file X.
Exactly. It's pattern recognition happening incredibly fast. So that intuition, that gut feeling, is like the first signal from all that processing.
Like an initial assessment, maybe,
Yeah.
based on patterns you don't even consciously see yet?
Yeah. And Mark's point is that feeling, that instinct,
Hmm.
it's not the end of the process.
Ah, okay. So it's the start.
Right. It gives you that immediate read on a situation, like an internal radar pinging.
And that's where the common view maybe gets it wrong, treating it as the opposite of logic.
I think so. Mark presents it as the catalyst, really. It provides the initial hypothesis, the direction.
The starting block that your logical brain then runs with.
Yes. Then your rational thinking can kick in to explore, evaluate, test that initial feeling.
He has that analogy, right, about the foundation.
He does, yeah. Intuition is the foundation and logic builds upon it.
Yeah.
Without that base, where does your logical analysis even begin?
That makes a lot of sense. You need something to analyze in the first place.
Trying to be purely logical without intuition would be like trying to solve a puzzle with no picture on the box. You have pieces, but no initial guide.
Okay, I see. So just dismissing that gut feeling could mean you're ignoring valuable insights your brain has already surfaced.
Potentially, yes. Insights based on connections you haven't consciously pieced together yet.
So it's not about blindly following every single impulse. That seems important.
Definitely not. The idea is to acknowledge it. Hear that initial intuitive response, and then apply your critical thinking, your logic, your reason. Examine it.
So it's a partnership, really, using both systems.
Partnership, exactly. You use the intuitive insight as data for your logical process.
And the benefit there is, well, presumably better decisions, more rounded ones.
Mark argues yes. You're getting a more comprehensive picture. You're not just relying on the numbers or the explicit facts, but you're also not just going on a vague feeling.
You're integrating different kinds of intelligence almost.
You could say that. And this approach, he suggests, actually enhances critical thinking because sometimes intuition flags something subtle, a potential risk or opportunity that pure logic might initially miss.
It adds another layer of scrutiny, another perspective.
Uh-huh. It prompts questions that maybe wouldn't have come up otherwise.
It does make you think about how much we might undervalue that implicit knowledge, that wisdom from experience that fuels intuition.
Absolutely. So if we boil it down, the key takeaway is pretty clear. Intuition isn't logic's enemy.
It's more like its precursor, the essential first step.
Right. It's that initial spark, that nudge that gets the whole decision-making engine turning before the detailed analysis takes over.
And understanding it that way as a product of your stored knowledge and experience, not magic, makes it easier to accept its role, doesn't it?
I think it does. It demystifies it a bit.
Makes it a tool you can consciously work with.
Okay, so let's leave our listeners with something to chew on. How might things change if, next time you face a big decision, you consciously pause and really notice that very first intuitive hit, that initial gut reaction?
And maybe reflect for a second on what experiences or knowledge might be feeding into that specific instinct.
Exactly, just acknowledging it as beta, as that first step Mark talks about. You might be surprised what insights surface.